What's up, everybody? Yeah, I know you're all wondering where the boys are. So am I. Look at the banner at the bottom of the screen there, and if you know where they are, dial that number and let me know. How's everybody doing tonight?
Oh, doing good.
Doing good. How are you?
I'm okay. So let's say hi to a few people in the chat here before we get going. There's that many in the chat. Where's everybody sleeping tonight? Holy smokes. Ambient Girl, Brooklyn, Easy, and Metal Detecting NC. Wow. Everybody must have took the night off.
Yeah. They're probably like just some guy from TikTok. We don't need to come on.
Right.
Yeah, probably. Nancy Rice Woohoo, the Joe Show. Yeah, I mean, I'm here. What's up, Ez? Oh, where is it? So, excuse me if I get crazy with controls tonight, man, because it's only me. And I know what Nancy feels like when she's got to do it all by herself. Good God.
Oh.
So, anyway, everybody, this is Patrick and this is Joe. I'll let them explain their channels because one is a TikToker and one is a YouTuber. So, Joe, why don't we start with you, buddy? Why don't you let everybody know what's going on?
Yeah, so I'm on TikTok primarily. Pat is my digging buddy. He's got a YouTube channel, and I've been doing it for about almost a year now. I got into it kind of late, but living in Virginia and live out near King George, Virginia. And, man, I'm hooked. I mean, I really am. As soon as I pop my first button out of the hole, I've been hooked.
Oh, yeah. You were hooked. That's for sure.
It usually happens.
Yeah.
Yep.
What about you?
So I'm Patrick, and my YouTube channel, I started actually a year and a half ago this month, and I met Joe about, I would say probably 5-6 months ago.
Yeah.
No, because it was before last July, so probably 8 months ago, something like that. Whatever it was, but and I had a YouTube channel already started and a Facebook group called The Shank is Intact, just because I really love the buttons, and every time a button would come out the hole, I would keep saying, "Oh, is the shank intact?" And it just kind of stuck. So I was like, "Oh, it's got to be that." I also have an Instagram page too, where I go. I left. I'm here. I'm back. I'm here. Not frozen, man. But yeah, I'm hooked as well. I can't get enough of it. Use the Equinox. That's what I swing mostly. Got a GPX as well, but. Oh yeah.
I was just going to ask, why don't you let you guys know what you guys are swinging?
Yep. GPX. I got the GPX 4500 that I'm swinging. I've got and the Equinox, MindLab Equinox is my main machine. Got the 6-inch, the 15-inch coil, and of course the stock coil. Love it.
Yeah, same. I got the Equinox 800, and I just recently got the GPX 5000.
Yeah, man, we got to get that out in the field.
We got to put it to work now.
You broke it out yet, correct?
No, he hasn't even turned it on. Did you put it together yet?
I put it together, yeah,
okay.
But as soon as I got it together, I had to come up here I'm in Rhode Island right now. I've been up here for almost 2 weeks now for work, so I haven't had a chance to play with it.
You don't bring a detector with you.
I know. I know.
What the hell is wrong with you? What the hell is wrong with you, man?
He said he got to work 12-hour days. Like,
flashlight on my head. I'd be out there trying to find something somewhere.
And the funny thing is, before I started metal detecting, just driving, I would just drive. But now I'm like always looking like,
yes,
look at that old house or look at that field. I wonder what's in there. And
well, you drove up here, man. Did you see all the stone walls along the highway? Were you like drooling or what?
Oh my goodness, yeah. I mean, I go from. I'm in Smithfield, Rhode Island. This is where I'm staying at in the hotel, and I'm working the job site in Attleboro, Massachusetts. And I take back roads too there. And some of the old houses and buildings that I pass every day, I'm just like, I should have brought my Knox with me.
Oh yeah, well, should have.
Yeah, you're regretting it. I know you are. I like the smile though.
Next time.
Yeah, next time. How often do you go up that way?
This is my first time coming up, but it could be a chance. I don't know if it'll be me or somebody else might have to come up in like a month or two to do a couple more like mine over. Company I work for, we do precast panel walls like along the highways. So we may have to come up and do some repairs. They're doing a big job up near Boston, Massachusetts. So.
Yeah, it's looking. Amy, girl, if you're in Rhode Island, you can go to the button dump. Don't need a detector.
No.
And you don't know what a button dump is anyway, so
No.
that's the question.
I don't.
No.
There's a crazy button dump up that way that just gives and gives and gives and gives, and you don't need a detector.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
That sounds good. I love buttons.
yeah, I know you do.
I really do.
I know you do. That's awesome. So,
Yeah.
where do you guys like to hunt most? Do you give fields? What do you do?
Well, we just I like it. Well, really anything we can get, but I like to just dig in spots where it's kind of a surprise, where we just didn't, maybe a friend or a family member's like, hey, yeah, we got a couple acres, go and go in the woods, and then it's like, oh man, what did we just come across? We're mostly, like Joe said, we're mostly digging around like Spotsylvania and King George, Virginia. That's where I lived and grew up. So
The biggest thing, I mean, there's always relics in the ground, but where we started kind of late and where we live in Virginia, there's so many metal detector hunters in Virginia.
A year and a half ago when I started, everybody told me good luck.
Yeah.
And now I'm like, well, I've got what, like 6 or 7 huge Riker boxes full, and I'm like, yeah, it's still there. You just got to swing slow enough to find it. And then, there's so much stuff that's been missed, but it's little things. Little things. No buckles yet for me, no plates, a few good coins.
Yeah. We've had people tell us that because I live in King George, he lives up near Spotsy, and we've had people tell us, good luck in King George, you're not going to really find anything. And we have literally slayed it in King George. Colonial, we just got on a Colonial site. It was 12-acre property, and about 2 acres of it was an old home site that we didn't even know was there. And we've got 3 Riker boxes full of buckles. I mean, combat, pewter buttons. I mean, knee buckles. I mean, everything. You name it, we found it. I found a cob on that property. I found a quarter real. I mean, we're proving people wrong. I mean,
this is just
make you feel really good that people tell you there's nothing left there, and you come out with that stuff.
Yep.
Oh yeah. Like, this is just a button face, but this came out of King George. Don't know. I guess I had to, but that right there, and you can see it's got a hole carved in the front of it.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Yeah, we were told that we wouldn't have really any Civil War. We probably wouldn't find much Civil War. That one property that Pat found, that droop wing eagle, we pulled, what was it, Pat, like 25 eagle buttons off that property?
Yeah, at least a couple eagle eyes.
Yeah, my first Civil War bullet was a script eye I dug on that property.
Button, not bullet.
Oh, no, sorry. I found a script eye button. Yeah, beautiful condition.
No back mark, probably local made. Who knows from where? Because I also, we dug, I got a, what was the other button that came out of there? That weird one. Volunteer, Massachusetts Volunteer Militia. Yeah. Which is really, it was just a slew of just, why are they all there? And we heard from a neighbor of theirs that the story goes there was a brothel somewhere near that property.
That's cool.
That makes sense. Soldiers off duty probably headed in. That's why we didn't find any bullets. It wasn't like a battle area. We're way too far from anything.
You need to go get some coffee.
Yeah, right. Exactly. Well, coffee among other things. They're like, what are all these buttons doing here? A lot of buttons coming off of shirts out here in the woods. But that's where I also found this right here.
He found a killer.
1758. Where's the camera? Right there. 1758, 1 real. Beautiful coin.
Very
really nice. Very exciting. It rang so good on the Equinox. It was the first day I was using the 15-inch coil, actually. And that thing rang up like a 21, 22, and then I had to move a log that it was under. So that was a fun day. I've got that on. That is on the YouTube channel as our video back in January.
Yeah.
Which is what we were just saying. We need to film more.
The script eye button that I dug, you have that on your YouTube channel as well.
Oh yeah, that's the same. I think that's either that video or the next video. Same property. Because it was two different videos with the kids from the property hanging out with us as well, which was fun.
Yeah,
that's absolutely amazing.
Oh yeah.
I only wish I could dig that stuff up here, but it just don't see it. You don't get it up this way.
You dug a box plate up there. We haven't even dug one of those down here.
Right.
That was like the freakiest thing in the world. It shouldn't have been here. That's the thing, you know.
I live on Turkey Run in Spotsylvania, and I haven't dug. There's nothing back here left in the woods because my father-in-law he still does relic hunting, has been for 50 years. It's like he cleaned out these woods.
Yeah.
You know, it's never cleaned out. It's never ever cleaned out.
That's true. I found a Braxton Mason payment token back there, so that was pretty cool.
You just got to change your style a little bit. That's all.
Right. I want to take the GPX back there. Yeah, slow. Maybe take.
You got to break the dust off of yours, buddy.
Yeah. Yeah, Joe, he needs to get it outside.
I can't believe you go out and spend 3G on the detector and you haven't turned it on yet. What the hell are you thinking?
He's ready for what is it, DIV that we plan to go to for the big.
It's the big 50 DIV 50 coming up in the fall. So 5 days.
Yeah, we went to Joe learned the hard way when we went to Liberty Hall that the only detector that'll work out in that red dirt really well is really a GPX or another pulse machine. But he did dig. I didn't dig a token. He dug a token. He dug the number 1 token and did exactly what he said he was going to do. And then in the double blind pick, actually chose the Gaylord box plate, U.S. box plate. So he got to win.
That's cool. You actually told me that the Knox wouldn't even pick anything up in that dirt.
No, nothing.
He didn't even hear a bullet. He even had the 15-inch coil on it.
Yep.
He adjusted settings a couple times, but nothing. It was just noisy.
No.
Just that's all it does.
Yeah. Pat got on some signals with his GPX and called me over there and, hey, can you hear it? Couldn't hear anything. Popped it maybe 6-7 inches down, lead bullet. I couldn't even hear.
So when I got onto a patch of bullets, and then we spent like the next 2 hours just, okay, I'll dig this one. Let me get here. You dig this one. Oh wait, dig here. Yeah, and then we both got onto a bunch of bullets that way. So we at least had a good time, and that was, that's all it's about. That was just a 1-day dig, so wasn't like going to the 5-day dig.
That blows my mind. I wouldn't pick anything up. That's nuts.
Yeah.
We talked to a couple guys who had the Equinox they were messing with their settings and getting super deep, but they had to be super slow.
Yeah.
And he had only got on to, I think he dug a tomback button in like 3 bullets, and that's it.
He said he was in like one of the gold settings, and then he went into like the advanced settings and did. I didn't
that's when we were like, okay, thanks. I don't know,
Wow.
I left again.
That's crazy, man. I actually never heard of that before. That's good information.
Yeah.
Anybody out there in chat ever digging red dirt with a Knox? Anybody?
Anybody?
I can't see me in the chat.
I can't see it either. Yeah, because I suck. Our first chat, very exciting. Very exciting.
What's he say? Shank was attacking up on. I dug today. No, okay.
Right.
Oh, that's awesome. Yes, love it when the shank is intact.
Quiz time. This copper coin weighed 44 pounds. Sand was used until the American claimed its independence. Mike, you having a quiz show on my show? That's okay, buddy. I like it. I like it. Anybody know the answer?
I do not know the answer. I do not.
Mike is probably the only one that will know the answer.
Oh, well, tell us, Mike. What is the answer?
Oh, Mike, help!
Can't leave us hanging now.
That's funny.
I thought I wanted to dig earlier today, and now all we're talking about is digging. I want to dig, man. I'm itching.
Isn't that crazy? It's either metal detecting or food every time we have a live stream. So sooner or later, Nancy said, I can Google. Yeah, you might want to Google because Mike's probably the only one who knows the answer to that question. Yeah, see, of course. The man is amazing with coins. That's funny. That's funny. So do you guys do any of the big digs besides that one? I mean, do you guys travel or you usually just stay around Virginia? What's the story?
We want to eventually.
Yeah, we're up to it. We haven't yet. We haven't had the opportunity, but you were mentioning something yesterday about
last year. I had signed up for like 2 or 3 different digs, and COVID kind of ruined all of them.
Yeah. I was telling Joe there's one coming up in October. It's called Digstock. It's October.
Yes.
A lot are going. I'm going. Copperheads are going. Brotherhood's going. A lot of people have already bought tickets. I think there's like maybe 100 and something left. So
I'm at the end of what I'm allotted for this year by the wife. So that's the big DIV dig coming up in November is they're doing 5 days. So luckily it's out in Culpeper, so I'm going to drive from my house each day. But when I did their 3-day dig, I could barely walk at the end of the last day. But I did the mistake. They told me take it easy, don't, and I didn't listen to any of that. I walked like 3.5 miles the first day. I was so sunburnt, aloe wouldn't help. It was bad. I think I'm still peeling, and that was like 3 or 4 months ago. It was really bad.
Oh, dude.
I didn't listen at all. The second and third day I listened, but it was too late. I was already done.
Yeah, 5 days. That's slowly detecting. I did 4 days and I was dead, so I couldn't imagine what 5 was like.
Five's gonna be
8 hours.
It's
8 hours every day, or a couple hours. What was the story?
Yeah.
Oh man, yeah, that's what we did.
Oh yeah, and it's 5 days and 4 properties. So each day we can kind of go somewhere different if we want to.
That's kind of cool. I like that.
Because they're doing it huge for this one. So, yeah. But it's already I think it's already closed, and they're working on. They're waiting on everyone to get their payments.
It went quick. The 500 spots filled up fast.
Oh yeah, I think it took a day or two. That was the
wow.
Down this way. That's what everyone told me to get into was the DIV, and I wasn't disappointed with my first one. And that was the last time we could ever dig at that Brandy Rock farm because it went into the Civil War Trust bought it. So
wow.
So I'm glad I got to see it and hear it because they had been there. I think that was like I want to say it was probably their 10th time to that property at least. And in that time, a CS tongue came out. So
they were still pulling stuff out.
Well, Nancy wants to know, how'd you guys meet again? Did I miss that?
Oh, that's a long, funny story and kind of where the AATR comes from.
Well, let's tell the story, man. We got plenty of time.
Yeah, so Joe, you can tell if you want to, because Joe met him first. So, but don't use names, Joe.
I met a guy on Facebook through one of the groups. I just won my Ace 300 for Father's Day last year, and we were messing each other. He was giving me some, insight on it and everything. And then I realized he lived local to us. And then he kind of pulled Patrick in, and like the three of us were chatting about going detecting and everything. So we rearranged the day. We all went to a property. Didn't, not much luck, but he said they had another property that he was going to go to and wanted to know if we wanted to go. And we were like, yeah, sure. And he's like, well, I'm going there to cut down some trees, but you guys can bring your metal detectors. And we were like, no, like if you're not going to swing, we're not going to swing either. We'll just help you come and, clear the trees. You took us metal detecting, we'll help you out. Well, somehow that turned into some big, you guys only care about the relics. And we
literally offered to help the guy cut down trees and stuff. And we were like, well, look, if you're going to give us an invite, instead of, you cutting down trees while we're digging in the woods or something, why don't we all just dig together and we'll come down and just help you cut the trees up. And that just turned into, and by the morning he had blocked us on all social media. He wouldn't answer our phone calls. It turned into a whole thing. And then, a couple months later, we saw he dug with a big YouTuber and, and took him there. And we really weren't disappointed that we never got to dig with him because they didn't dig anything really in the video. So, but it's just, they're all out there, and Joe and I got to meet because of it. And so since then we've been saying, hey, we're all about the relics, and Joe came up with the AATR, and that's
it's an inside
that's
joke.
Where we're at, like the four names.
Inside joke from what he said.
Right.
That's a great story, man.
Yeah.
Because we're really not, because we only ask permission. We do not trespass. If we show everything we dig to the homeowners, and if they want to keep anything, we tell them you're welcome to keep anything. So we're the exact opposite of being all about the relics, but it's always nice, of course, to go home with something. Of
course it is.
Yeah.
Which we've gone home with a few things, which is nice. We had the one spot that Joe was talking about with the colonial stuff, all the boxes that we filled, and we actually got into our first like burn pit there, or trash pit, digging bones and jaws and with teeth in them still and things like that. Animal, of course. But we showed the homeowners there the stuff, the buckles and the little what are they called, spectacle buckles and things like that. And we were like, oh, if you'd like to keep anything, she was like, no, that dirty stuff, you guys can have that. That's fine. And we're like, okay, thank you so much. That's great. And we realized later, like, oh, this stuff's 300 years old, and so happy they didn't want any of it. Like
she told me I offered. I found an eagle. It was weird. It was a little ways away from where that home site was, but I found an eagle button in the woods, and I told her about it, and I was like, "Do you want it?" And she's like, "Anything you guys dig, you keep." She said it was in the ground. We would have never found it.
Look, I told you the cat was going to jump in.
There's the cat.
I was worried about my cat.
She always jumps in.
Aw. Kitty cat break.
Yeah.
I gotta show that though, Joe.
What are you showing?
I gotta show the one of the spectacle buckles.
Oh yeah.
From the colonial site.
Yeah, he dug a beauty there.
Well, here's one of the, well, there's a spectacle buckle and there's like a couple like little hat buckles, but like this little guy, if you can see it.
That's very cool.
Yeah.
Pretty ornate.
Yeah.
We each got at least one whole one of these. And between the two of us, we've got about 30 or 40 pieces of them, which is really cool. But I also dug my first, couple of lead seals there.
Yeah.
Which are pretty cool. Like Joe said, he dug a cob, which blows everything else out of the water as far as I'm concerned. He also dug a cut pistarine as well on the same property. So he found the only two old coins. And what was crazy is, like we said, the homeowners have it's just 10 acres. And nobody knew that this back corner had this. The first day we were walking around, I looked down, thought I saw a cigarette butt. And it was this beautiful pipe stem with some, ornateness on it.
That's
and
cool.
I was like, oh, well, that's not, well, we need to really keep our eyes peeled because there's some stuff here for sure. But yeah, that's all my show and tell. Put the lid back on that.
Joe, you've never dug in Virginia?
Never, but I will soon.
Oh, yeah. We're going to get you down here for sure. We got to, right, Joe? Joe?
Yeah, so Master Tech the NC said, I will send a freedom token and channel sticker to whoever answers the next quiz question correctly.
Oh.
Shoot, Mike. Well, there it is. The coin was minted for a motion picture exposition in 1923 and featured the Secretary of the State who served 100 years earlier. What coin and who was the Secretary of State? Good luck, everybody, because I can't use my phone.
I can't either. The only thing I have is I'm looking at it. Or, am I here? I'm here. Aha. Now I know where the camera is. Good. I've been looking over here the whole time. It probably looks like I'm.
No, you're good, man. You're good. I'll leave that question up for a little while because I've read it about 4 times and still don't know the answer to the question.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
Oh, I'm not. I have no idea. I only know the coins I've dug, which is also one of my favorite things about this hobby is the amount that you learn as you dig.
Yeah.
Let me ask you guys a question. When you were small, did you care about history?
When what?
When you were tiny, young, school, did you care about history? Uh-oh. Patrick just went bye-bye.
Yeah, I was into history. I mean, I wasn't into it a lot, but I'm into it now. Like, I'm buying more books. I'm reading more online, especially about like the Civil War and the colonial.
No idea what got kicked out.
That was something I said.
Yes. No, but I didn't I've grown up. Okay, so let me put it this way. I've grown up in Spotsylvania my whole life, except for a few years that I lived out of the country. But every year I'll go and walk the trails, and go visit different sites and go to the visitor center and things like that. But never did I think about collecting it myself or learning more about the history. And now, oh man, there's just so much to learn.
It's crazy how that works, right? You can give a crap left at school about history, and now that's all we do.
Right.
Yep.
And I actually read. I hated
I
reading.
read books. Yeah. One of my favorites is this one.
Yeah.
I actually have that book.
Oh yes. I'm happy because Bill signed mine. I was very happy with that because I asked him if he'd sign it. Be famous one day.
Bill's a very knowledgeable person.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Just got this one though. Got it.
Oh,
Gotta learn about the buttons.
Yeah,
That's cool. I don't think I've ever seen that one.
that one.
Man, there's so many cool. I flipped through it just drooling. Just like, oh, these buttons are so so nice.
Mark Thomas was the winner.
Oh man. Well, congratulations, Mark Thomas.
Congrats, Mark.
Speaking of buttons, the first button I dug was a Virginia staff cuff button, and then the very next one on the same property was a VMI cadet button. I was hooked on the buttons after those two. I need them all.
I love digging buttons, man. Buttons tell a story. I like digging buttons better than coins. I mean, coins are nice, don't get me wrong, but buttons are freaking awesome.
I'll dig buttons all day long. I mean, I don't care if they're old pewter buttons or just regular flat buttons, dandies. I love digging buttons.
Yeah. While we're talking about it, I'll have to show off one more thing at least. One more button. I'll actually take it out the case so we don't have glare like we did yesterday. But
Oh, is that? Oh, yeah.
so here's this. Can you see it? Vice Admiral Edward Vernon. Can you see it there?
Back it up a little bit. There we go.
A little bit of a, yeah, but that's. Oh, I can't tell where the camera is. Oh, there you go.
That's better.
Yeah.
You can see him on that button. Nice big flat button. Octagonal.
The property that we dug all the Civil War stuff, and he dug that,
Hey,
the coin, he dug that button.
Yeah.
that
So I
button's-
like to think that because I've been told that he served in the British Royal Navy from 1700 to 1746. So I'd like to think someone that served under him was wearing the button to support him, and just they ended up in King George, Virginia, and lost it. Maybe at that brothel. For sure.
Damn brothel again.
That's where it was. So cool. I
That is
love this stuff,
cool.
man. I love telling the stories. Love digging the-
Joe, where are your finds? Oh, wait a minute. You're in a hotel room.
But Joe can still talk about them. Joe's first. I was there
I
for
like
Joe's
to chair,
first
buddy. I like to chair. What year was that made?
I'm not even sure.
98. Don't sit on it.
I haven't sat in it. No, I don't play.
Is that a fabric one? Yeah, you're probably on the leather one, right?
Wait, what is he? The Confederate Navy button I dug was such a surprise to me. Oh, wow, that's nice. Coney Island.
Oh yeah, how?
Congrats. That's
Crazy.
Told you they dig some crazy stuff in the city.
I mean, you just never know. I mean, like we were talking about with that the property where he just dug that Vernon button. We found all those Eagle buttons, and then I dug the script eye, and he dug the droop wing. So you got Confederate and Union all literally within 50 yards of each other. So the Bravo is the only thing that we thought brought everybody together. I mean,
Yeah, that's how
I
they
bet
all
you're
ended
not
up.
wrong. I bet you're not wrong. You are not wrong.
It makes it even more exciting because then it's like, oh man, that's just here they are losing their buttons.
so
That's crazy.
But I was there when Joe dug his first button, which was a pewter button.
Yeah.
Can you hear me still?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Okay, yeah. So it was a permission of mine that I took him to that I said, there's a little section of woods yet that I know I haven't hit hard at all or even walked through because I was worried about poison ivy, which I ended up getting that day anyway, a little bit on my wrist. It's just I get it on this. I just get it on my left wrist. It's like I guess it's the hand that I'm, I guess because it's my scooping hand. So I hold my pinpointer in my right, scooping with the left, and that's just rubbing everything.
Yep.
Always wash your hands, arms, and shower as soon as you get home. I didn't one day at that Betty's where we dug all the colonial stuff, and man, I had 14 days of hell on my arm, and it was horrible.
He got tore up.
I have a scar. I have a permanent 4-inch scar right here on my arm. So,
We got a question. No, we didn't find any brothel tokens.
No,
which is surprising.
Well,
yeah, that would be. But we're still working on trying to get into some other properties. That was just a 17-acre, and there's like 20 properties back there.
What we were told is the brothel was actually on their neighbor's property.
Right.
So where we found the majority of our buttons was pretty. I mean, it was probably
it was a flat area, but it was across the street from where we think the main, whatever the old house was on the old property was there. But it was a nice flat area. We dug 2 or 3 thimbles, which the thimbles and a bunch of the buttons and a couple of sash buckle. We gave all that to the family in a box, and they were super happy. They actually teared up in the driveway, you know, like, oh man, you guys sure you want us to keep? We're like, oh yeah, I mean, you know, we were happy that you guys are they let me keep a real, you know, I mean, you know, 1758. I mean, I was like, yeah, please take these, thank you. So happy. Like, if you're gonna let me keep, they knew what the coin was. I showed it to them, of course, and they were just like, oh, if you really like it, keep it. You know, and yes. And
there you go. Nancy's got the answer for our poison ivy, man. Apple cider vinegar in a brown paper bag.
Oh, never tried that.
Soak it and put it on poison ivy to drain it.
Oh man,
I didn't know that either.
No, try that. Apple cider vinegar. That's a good tip.
Cool.
Yeah, because I can just look at it and get it. So.
Yeah, he does.
It's pretty bad. Joe hasn't, since we've been digging together, I don't think Joe's had but like a little spot, which could have been a bug bite.
I used to get it real bad. When I started detecting it, kind of doesn't bother me anymore. I get little spots here and there, but I don't get it like I used to, which is crazy.
No.
What about ticks down that way? You guys infested this year?
God.
Yeah.
Ticks are bad. The ticks are bad.
Yeah.
We have different varieties and different sizes, so it's not just like a couple.
We got the same thing here. I was wondering if it was that bad down there like it is up here.
Oh, yeah. We get them. You can almost barely see them, and then all the way up to, of course,
the seed ticks. Yeah, if you walk into a bush that has seed ticks, you'll end up having 50 or 100 of them, and they're literally like the size of like a grain of pepper.
Yeah.
Really?
Well,
Yeah.
Also, we've got a new insect killing us as well because Joe got us a new like 70-acre permission on a day I was sick, and they were headed out to a 60-acre permission that it was all woods. And when he got out there, he was like, dude, that place was all wet, but the guy across the street that let us park in his yard is like, hey, me and my brother own a 75-acre farm. And so, of course, even though I was sick, I was like, well, dude, I'm on my way. And I got there, and he's like, yeah, these deer flies though are hell, man. And oh man, the deer flies are so bad. They're so much worse than the tick. They're just like 50 in your face doing this.
I found
now that's going to be a fall property.
I found the remedy though. I found the remedy for the deer fly. Vapor rub.
Yeah, he said Vicks vapor rub behind the ears.
I put a little bit behind my ears and a little bit on my wrist. They never bothered me the next time we went out there.
Wow.
Yep.
I don't think we have those up here. We got black flies. Maybe it's kind of the same thing.
Oh, I mean these deer flies.
No, these guys land and bite.
They'll bite through your shirt.
What's popping up? Oh no, that's not.
Man, Mike has got all these questions tonight.
Oh man.
The proceeds from the sale of this dollar coin will be used to fund the memorial building in Ohio. Name the coin for a freedom token and sticker. Mikey, what do you want to give a move tonight, buddy?
Yeah, Joe was telling me we should do something for a giveaway, and I was like, well, damn, that's not enough time. We'll have to, if you ever have us on again, we'll be more prepared to do something for sure to promote.
You guys can do a giveaway if you want to.
Oh yeah, I don't think we have anything prepared because Joe's not at home. And
you don't have to. I mean, just do it, and then if you want, just the winner can email me or email us, and then we'll get in contact with you guys and do it. It ain't gonna happen like tonight. You could run down to the post office and mail it.
Right.
You got time. So you guys want to do something? Go ahead.
I'll Google a post office here in Smithfield.
Yeah. There you go. I'm ready.
It's up to you, but I'm no pressure.
Cool.
So, what's your favorite relic to dig? Those favorite questions are tough, man. But see what you got.
Favorite relic to dig.
Mine's button. Any kind of button.
Yeah, I like the coin. I mean, I love the buttons, of course, as you know. But like, let me think. That's a hard one to think. Yeah, it's really anything that tells a story. Actually, I have. I can actually. Could I show you my favorite relic I've dug?
Go ahead, buddy.
Okay, because let me get it out of this other box here.
Let me get mine. I'm in a hotel room.
Show me yours, Joe.
Yeah. I don't know if Melissa, my fiance, might be watching in the comments. Tell her to send it to me.
So
What's
favorite relic I've dug is it was my first permission, of course, so a year and a half ago, and so yeah, it was right after Christmas. It was January, super cold out, and it had just finished raining, and I was using the Ace 400 is what I started with, and I got a great signal, repeatable, so I was like, oh, dig it because it sounds good, and it was this, and it ended up being what we think is like some type of buckle, and it's still, you can see it has leather in the back still right over there.
That's cool.
And then right beside it is what made it my most favorite relic, is because right beside it was the matching other end of the buckle. So you can actually see almost where they went together just like this, and they both have some leather stuck in the back still.
That's awesome.
Which is pretty cool. And I really feel like it told a story. At first I thought they were shoe buckles until somebody pointed out that you could see where they went together. So pretty cool. Something very special to me. So I guess buckles, and if I can ever dig some more buckles, or oh my gosh, I think I'd cry if I dig a Civil War plate of any kind.
Oh, yeah. Hey, Joe, who was that to ask that question about the favorite relic? Was that Ambient?
Put these up.
That was Ambient Girls, Nancy. Yeah.
What's her favorite?
Oh, Nancy. Now there's people asking you, what's your favorite relic to dig?
Yeah, right.
I already know the answer to that question, but I'll let you put it in chat.
Okay. I'll put away. Sorry about that. I got to make sure my stuff's put away too, because the cats, and if I hear stuff getting knocked away.
Yeah, and there's your answer. She's a Chronobell freak.
Oh, and look, when I saw it pop up, okay.
Oh, Nancy's gonna get excited.
As soon as I saw what she put, I knew Pat was gonna get happy on that.
So the property I took Joe to, where he dug his first button, which ended up being a flat pewter button with a hand drilled shank, and it's actually got some crumbly edges. That property, before I met Joe, I had hit a bunch, and out in the main field, I dug my first and only one that I have right here. And my wife spent about an hour laying out on a blanket reading a book and with a toothpick, so she could make it, see if it would ring again, and it did. And
what number?
So exciting! Hand drilled shank, or hand drilled top. I don't know the age, but it's a number 0, so I'm guessing it's pretty old.
Yeah, 5's big.
Oh yeah. Oh.
Yeah, Nancy loves Chronobells, man, for sure.
Oh,
yeah.
I'll wait to dig my next one.
Have you ever dug one, Joe, or no?
No. I just it's weird because like we go to a property and Pat will dig 3 thimbles, and I just got my first thimble, and it was like the back was all decayed on it and stuff, but I was like screaming. I'm like, Pat, I got my first thimble, and he's more excited than I am, and he's like running up, let me see it, and I show it to him, and he's like, sweet, man. And I'm like, Pat, he's dug like, how many rings have you dug, Pat?
3.
3 rings. I haven't dug a ring yet either.
Thimbles, I think I've dug, I want to say 5 or 6 at least. No silver one. I want a silver one.
How many silver?
No, I'd love a silver one. I've dug some silver coins.
2 silver.
2 silver thimbles?
Yeah.
Oh, fantastic. Oh,
Uh-oh.
Ambient has
I'm here.
thimble.
I don't know what that's about. It keeps going in and out. Oh, I got to show the rings. We got to show the rings real quick, right?
Yeah.
Since Joe mentioned them, so I got a what we think is like early 1900s. Can you see it?
Yep.
There it is. Pretty cool one. And then this one's definitely colonial. Came from the same site that the right there, same site that the Real came from.
Yeah, that's a pretty old ring right there for sure.
Yeah, that one. And it actually was bent, and I straightened it out, and it's
brass. Is that brass? Copper?
Yeah, it's brass. Brass copper, and it fits me perfectly, which kind of is creepy. But the creepiest thing is, I guess, that all of them that I've dug fit me. And here's the piece de resistance.
That thing's
not too old. We think early 1930s, 1940s, because it's hand engraved. That's what the company that made the ring told me. But they'd have
like a company anniversary gift of some sort.
Right. That's what they said. They said some type of service award, but they'd have no way of figuring out the symbol through their records. So,
yeah.
But man, that ring. Oh,
it's a ring, right? That's all that matters.
That's exactly. Put it on a necklace. Amazing. I wear it all the time.
Somebody commented and said, "Who the hell goes to a park to sew their clothes?"
Yeah, that's Mike. I am surprised he hasn't found a thimble, to be honest with you, or silver anyway. I'm sure he's found many thimbles.
Oh, and one of my other favorite things to find is Native American, and I've only ever found 2. Joe just found his first recently, and the craziest place, I think, to find it was when we were digging our first trash pit. We were sifting everything, our first burn pit at that colonial site, and in the sifting, we found it. So, like, the guy threw it in the trash that lived on the property, and it was mixed in with the pipe stems and everything else. It's pretty cool.
What'd you find?
Joe found it was an arrowhead.
Arrowhead?
Yeah, that was in the trash pit with the pipe stems and everything else. So
that's awesome. We
were just thinking, like, the guy walking around the property, seeing it, going, "Oh, that's trash," and throwing it away because they wanted nothing to do with them.
Yeah, but think about it. This conversation always comes up too on streams, man. It's like you have to have an eye for that stuff. If you're not trained, you walk right over it 100,000 freaking times.
Yep.
And then you go out with somebody who does it, and it's like, look, here's one. Look, here's one. You're just like, what the hell?
Yeah.
I want to punch you. Come here.
Oh, yeah.
That trash pit that we dug, we were going back and forth, like when we were sifting, because we were finding a lot of pipe stems, and we found, I think, 7 or 8 bowls or partial bowls. So when we were doing the sifting, we were kind of taking turns. Like Pat's like, okay, you get the next, whatever comes in the sifter next, you get, then I'll get. Well, we found a whole intact clay pipe bowl, and it actually had my initials on it. Like the makers were my initials, JM.
JM.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So creepy.
We know a guy, Marcus, who's he's a historian. I mean, he knows a lot of stuff about the colonial, and he ended up tracing it back for me. And then he found a little bit of information. The maker's mark came from Bristol, England, like in the 1629s.
That's very cool.
So awesome. Yeah, we're hoping to get back there and find the bigger trash pit that has to exist.
Trash pit
full of glass. We're hoping.
Yeah.
I picked up this just a sight find on the surface, which is the huge bottom to a bottle. And
that's awesome.
We got a couple chunks, so we're just hoping that we're gonna stick the probe in the ground and feel the crunch. And hope we didn't break the bottom.
A pit on that property somewhere. We just gotta find it.
Yeah.
You will. You'll definitely find it.
Yes. Yes. It'd be full of cobs, gold ones.
Like we mentioned to you earlier too. We're both guilty. We need to video more. Like, now that my TikToks, the TikTok account's getting up, I'm getting more followers. We're trying to, video more, but we get so excited, like we just forget to video stuff.
Actually, while we're on the topic of TikTok, I'm gonna put you on the spot. How did we meet?
TikTok,
right? Through chat. Reached out to me, correct?
Yep.
Everybody has this impression that TikToks are like just little girls shaking your bum all over the damn place. And I can tell you that it's loaded with metal detectors. Loaded.
The only way people are going to see those videos of the girls shaking their bums is if they like it, because then you keep getting the same videos.
Yeah, true. Good point. You got to hit the heart to like it, right?
Yeah. No, I mean, I've got, like I said, I've been doing TikTok for like only 2 months now. and I've got almost 800 followers. A lot are from, there's probably about 100 of them are from Russia. I mean, there's hardcore metal detecting people over in Russia, but I've met you. I've met Sergeant Whitey on TikTok and became friends with him on Facebook too. I mean, TikTok's getting big. I mean, there's a lot of good metal detecting people that are getting on TikTok.
Yeah, I got 1,260 followers right now. I've been doing it for like 4 months.
Nice.
Crazy because I had to post this one video on there. All it was a still picture of a cellar, and it got 14.7 thousand hits.
Jeez.
It was like crazy. And Trey and Mike posted a well that they found inside of a shed. I think that got over 1 million hits.
Oh man.
Oh, yeah.
Speaking of wells, I have a well we need to dig. It's on my first permission is a 22-acre pig farm that my buddy has, and he never even noted they had owned the property for 4 years before he let me dig it last year, and he had a metal detector. He said he got out there once or twice and found 2 or 3 like pieces of trash basically, and a couple rocks. And the day he let me go, the second or third time I went, I'm going down through the very thick brush that's throughout the property and just come across a huge stone-lined well. So he's already started to dig it out, but then it got full of water. We hope to get back in it one day. Yeah. But I've got an arrowhead from that property too. I was just thinking about because he my buddy that owns the property, he found 3 arrowheads on it and gave me one to go in the display box. He gave me one to go in my display box, which I thought was really cool to go with the stuff that I found. Really
Do you guys dabble in any kind of magnet fishing?
No, I haven't tried it. I've seen some videos on it. It looks pretty cool.
I've thought about it a bunch of times, but just haven't got around to ordering one.
It's always the same answer for metal detectors. I've thought about it a bunch of times, but
It's like, man, I just rather go metal detecting.
it's just, if you're gonna click it with a magnet, it's gonna be steel, right? It's not gonna be gold. It's not gonna be silver. So you're gonna pull the bike. Maybe you're lucky knives or guns, but I don't know, man. I just
because that's the whole thing is that if you're not in if you were in like a cove for a colonial home site, maybe then you could pull out stuff like this because this is iron.
Yeah, I mean, I got to give it a shot. I don't know. In my head, it just I don't
know.
Joe,
this is something Joe dug actually. He let me keep it because he really didn't care because it's iron.
We got to the point at the colonial home site where the targets were getting fewer and fewer, but we were passing up a lot of big iron objects, so we just started digging it. I found I don't have a picture of it, the old cleaver, the meat cleaver I found.
Right. Yep. Well, I got some. I even pick up I like picking up all the stuff. I pick up the clay pipes. I like to pick up the glass, the pottery. I've got every piece of pottery I've picked up in any of the spots I have in the boxes because I just love it.
Oh, my fiance is on.
Yeah, good point, by the way. Cannonballs for sure. I didn't even think about that.
Oh yeah,
yeah. Well, that's actually a good point. Yeah,
I gotta get out and do it. I don't want to manage yet, but you're motivating me. I'm gonna have to go buy one. Maybe I'll just buy one from you.
Yeah.
Right. Oh, that was that a magnet salesman?
Yeah. So we're working. Pat and I are working on some angles. We've got a couple promising sites that we've been working on down here.
Someone asking if we hunt water.
Well, good. Make sure you say one for the boys and us. For me.
Yeah. Well, if I can get that one, the one I was telling you about yesterday.
Yeah. That's a lot of acres, man.
Yeah.
It'll take you a few years to get that one done.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
So Dennis wants to know, you guys water hunt at all?
I've water hunted one time, and it was at a paid permission because they had there was a stream running through the property, and that ended up being the only spot anyone really found relics, which was still cool. But no, we want to, but it's just hard to find spots where we can, where do we go or where do we get in or
Right.
We just haven't got to that part of the research yet and trying to figure stuff out. And neither of us have a boat, so we can't go like on the river to a spot and just hop out or anything like that. So
hey, don't feel bad. I don't do the water either. You're not alone.
Okay.
I've done beaches a couple of times, but that bores the hell out of me. I'm a solo hole guy and a field guy. So Nancy wants to know, where's the one place you want to detect and haven't yet? Good question, Nancy.
Well, one of the places, I can't say the name because we're actually going to be digging there in November, and we're not allowed to say where we're digging.
Okay.
We're digging where?
November.
Oh, that sounds exciting. Where are we? Is that me and you, Weir?
Yeah.
Surprise!
Oh, is that where the KG3 came from?
No. VIV50. We're not allowed
yeah.
to say.
Right. We can't discuss any details other than that's part of their rules. It's just so it's just so you don't get people going on trying to find the properties.
Yeah, that's any hunt like that.
Yeah.
Right.
Other than that, like if I had a second place.
Joe's fiance wants to go to the beach.
To the beach and dig. Yeah. Oh yeah. I mean, I would love to dig. You know, it's weird. Probably, I want to say 10 years ago, I dug at the beach one day with my father-in-law. He let me use a Nautilus, which I took to the beach, and I actually dug a couple cubic zirconia earrings. I thought it was going to be rich. I thought they were huge diamonds. They looked really good. We took them to a shop. Yeah, no, they were bad. They were very bad. But yeah, the beach would probably be. But somewhere I'd really want to dig would probably be like England, or somewhere like that. So there'd be a chance to get like a coin from the 1500s. I mean, that would be, or even older.
Look, Joe, Nancy's egging her on.
Oh, no, trust me. Nancy, she has a very, very nice ring.
Hey, DK, what's up, buddy?
Oh, yeah. What's awesome is after Joe and I met, we've actually been out. Joe and I and our wives have all gone out together to eat a few times. So we all get along, which is really cool because it's always good to have friends. Because when I started this hobby, like I said, 1.5 years ago, like I had stopped fishing and all the other things, so I really didn't have many people I talked to anymore. So heading into a new hobby now, there's all kinds of people that know, which is awesome.
Like I could always use more rings. Joe, you're in trouble, buddy.
Oh yeah, Melissa gets so mad every time I dig a ring and Joe tells her. Patrick dug another ring. God,
I did find that Victorian style brooch though.
Yeah. Oh yeah. That is pretty cool.
Brooch.
I don't think she's gonna wear a brooch, but
no,
I just don't think it's gonna happen.
No.
Melissa likes the coin.
But nice try to back it up.
No,
she likes the coins though too.
Coins. She actually won the contest, the big giveaway that you guys.
Yeah. That's right. Remember.
Joe's on the phone with me telling me, man, I've watched these guys like every week for the last like few months trying to win, and she gets on one time and wins.
He's messaging me during the stream saying, how do I win? And then his girl wins. That's so funny.
Well, because I was like, I noticed so many people that were winning. It was showing like a Facebook thing, and I'm like, do I have to be on Facebook to win, or can I win if I'm in the YouTube chat? Like, what's going on here?
That was funny. I remember that night.
And then her phone is like 3 seconds faster than mine. I hear her scream because she won, and I'm like, and then you guys, announced the winner or whatever, and I was like, are you serious? I was like, that's my life.
Yeah, then you messaged me. That's my girl. She just won. That was funny. I remember that now. That was good stuff.
But yeah, no, going back to the places of digging, though, I agree with Pat. If I could go over to like Europe, like one of the countries over there, Ireland, England, I think that would be awesome because, watching some of the TikTok videos, there's a lot of people from the European countries that are digging.
Oh, yeah.
Like the stuff that they find, it's just, we will
crazy,
find that over here.
Yeah.
No
they
way.
had coins. They had coins there. We did.
I mean,
yeah. The war stuff they find too. It's incredible.
I found one guy on there, Joe. I don't know if you follow him. I think it's like the Celtic or the Celtic hunter.
Yep.
Some of the stuff that he finds, and I mean some of the Viking, like they can trace it back to like the Viking brooches or like Viking rings, like the ornate stuff.
I think he actually put out a video that he was actually digging a stone wall. He kept pulling rocks out, and he pulled out a piece of gold. It was crazy.
Oh man!
The wall. He was like hunting this wall, this huge wall. Like who would ever thought about doing that? Not me.
Yeah, no.
But that's where they hide stuff, right? So I almost said that S word. Glad I said stuff. That's close. Ooh, what's up, River Six? How you doing, buddy?
Where's a place you would like to dig, Joe?
Who, me?
Yeah.
God, there's so many places. See, I can't. It's just like, what do I like to hunt, man? I like doing it so much. I don't have a favorite. You know, if the bucket list or the favorite comes along, I know at that time. I just really don't. You know, I couldn't dig a button, like you said, and just be happy as I don't know what for the rest of the day because it's a run. You know.
Oh, that's Pat and I. Like if we're out there for 5 hours and we're not on anything, and just one of us, it doesn't have to be both of us. One of us gets a button. Our day's made. Like, you know, we're not we got a button. It's cool. We're happy.
Right. Good with me. I'm happy just to dig something.
Yeah, I mean, when I first started, I think my attitude was a little bit different, but now I've been in for, you know, a bit. It just doesn't matter anymore. You know, it's always nice to get that bucket list, like the plate. I didn't know that was happening that day. You know, we were ready to leave. I was ready to go home with nothing in my pocket, and then that happens. It's just like, wow.
Yeah.
So, you know, everybody likes to dig a gold coin, of course. I mean, that's everybody's, you know, it's what it is.
That's
when the day happens is the day I'll say, hey, you know, I did it.
Every day on the ride over to whatever permission we're going to, whether it's one we've already been to 10 times or it's a brand new one, Pat always says, today's the day I'm going to dig a gold coin.
What usually happens when you have that conversation, right? Somebody you're with usually does it. They usually get it. It's like,
the day I dug that real, I said, where's my coin? Right when we turned our machines on. And an hour and a half later, I had it out the ground. There it was.
In the KG3 you dug, on the way out there that morning, you said, I got a good feeling I'm going to dig a coin today.
We both got coins that day, though. You got an Indian, I got an Indian, then I dug the KG3. Or it could be a Virginia halfpenny. The consensus is either direction.
Yeah.
Apparently the bust was the same, so. But
yeah, so just every time he goes hunting together, somebody say that to the other person, and maybe it just might happen, right?
Oh yeah, got to
That
just
would be
talk
awesome.
it into existence.
But between the two of you, I hate to see who the one who actually digs it, because the other one's going to be, oh boy.
I'll be happy if Joe digs it. I'll be happy.
I can see Pat dig it, and then Joe's going after you with a shovel, and you're running across the field. So I'm going to kill you.
Oh yeah.
One thing that I've noticed though, like since I've gotten into metal detecting, is the camaraderie. I mean, there's a lot of people out there willing to help. You know, I mean, that's the good thing. I mean, especially when you're just starting off.
Well, there's also twice as many that are just, you know.
Well, that's what I was going to say too. Well. When
can you believe this? I've had someone tell me, "Hey, man, you need to put a little piece of electrical tape on that blinking red light on your headphones," and I'm like, well, why would I do that? And he's like, well, man, when you're somewhere you're not supposed to be, you don't want people to see you in the dark. And I'm like, I'm laughing at the guy like, yeah, see, we won't be friends, dude. So you just thanks. Yeah, that's cool. I like my red light to blink. What do you think? It's the people we've met are just, you know, so we've met some funny characters. That's for sure.
Patrick is way more competitive. Way more competitive. Patrick and I.
Oh, someone asked a question. I didn't even see it.
That's all right. You were yakking.
Okay.
Good story.
Yeah, I do that.
She asked who's more competitive. We can start off the day and we will be side by side. And Patrick will look at me and say, slow and steady. And I look up 5 minutes later and he's 100 yards past me, just winging it and digging like crazy. He's dug 6 holes before I've even heard my first.
Not like Nancy. Try detecting with her, man. She'll be going like a half mile in 20 seconds. She's going poof.
Jeez.
Where'd she go?
But I can tell you though, like Pat, everything that I know, Patrick's taught me. I mean, hands down. I mean, everything
I learned was from just watching videos and stuff like that. And then I was like, this is the easiest way I figured out how to do it. So if you want to try it,
you got a fan right there.
Hey, subscribe.
Now she's your fan.
Make sure to hit that subscribe button.
Not YouTube, TikTok.
She says I like to.
Oh yeah, not you. Yeah. Oh, TikTok. Well, I'll have to add TikTok too. Then we'll have to have a race to the millions.
There we go. There we go.
But you see, the difference is I'll shake my butt to get views.
There you go. You got a subscriber, man. Brooklyn just hooked you up.
Awesome. Nice. Yeah, I'll shake my butt for views on TikTok though, so that's the difference because I don't care. You
know, I'm one of those guys that You should see them together. They're hilarious.
Oh yeah. Well, Joe and I even sometimes share signals. So like I'll get a signal and be like, Joe, you haven't found anything in like the last. Oh, am I gone? I'm here. Joe was like, he gave me a signal. We thought it was a coin at this one property. And it ended up being this awesome skeleton key, which is pretty sweet right there. This what you call it? Pocket knife came from the same property. Did a different year.
You just see what Mike said. This is Joker where me just bring sexy back to metal detecting. Dude, if you post something to me, skirt, I'm not going to be following you anymore. Just so you know. Yeah, yeah, no.
Oh man,
well, we might get the views, so maybe you ought to give it a shot. Right. They go for that corny crap, right?
Yeah,
right. Oh yeah.
But I noticed though too, like I was talking about earlier, so many people have been willing to help, but then there's so many people too. Like the day my fiance bought me the Knox 800 for my birthday. The next day, Patrick and I went out swinging on one of his properties, and I found a Virginia staff officer's coat button.
Oh yeah.
Gold gilled out.
Great day.
It was beautiful button. So I got home. I was excited, it's a beautiful button. And
I know where this is going. Yeah.
And I posted in I got a, nice find, nice save. And then boom, that's post Civil War. That's not worth anything. That's post Civil War. All these comments. And I'm like, who cares if it's post Civil War? Like they were
haters, bro. What it is, always.
Yeah.
But you know what I call the haters? Because see, the haters, they if they're haters and they're watching you still, they're not haters anymore. They're fans. Yeah, so that's the problem, and they're fans that don't want to interact with good. They want to be meanies. But that's fine. They can be mean. They can do whatever. We do our thing, and we do it we think we do it the right way, and that's what it's all about.
That's all that matters.
Yeah,
probably want to,
So somebody wants to see me in a mini skirt, and somebody wants to see me in a Speedo, or do they want to see you in the Speedo?
You mean the Speedo, and you got the tutu.
Okay.
Man,
good job. Screwing up chat, right?
When we all dig together, we have to remember to film if that's all going on. That's going to be funny. That's gonna be fun.
Maybe we ever get together, man. We'll have to make that happen. I'll throw on the Speedo, and you put your tutu. We'll do a friggin' TikTok video together.
Yeah, I got an American flag wife beater I can wear, or white. How do you call it? Is it wife beater? Is that what it's called? Is that the correct?
Like it's a Speedo. Oh boy.
Good luck. God.
And Melissa said no. No. Mark said I just threw up.
Melissa says that it looks like I got spaghetti noodles coming out of my shorts. My legs are so skinny and white.
Yeah, Mike said that would go viral. You're right. It probably would go viral.
It would. I guarantee it.
Maybe
we'll make it happen. Serious. If we were serious in like wearing Speedos and detecting and actually pulling out, relics, that it would go viral for sure. We just have to act normal like this. Hey, what's going on, everybody?
Oh, just like a spectacle buckle.
Yeah, but can you imagine trying to keep a serious face, like a straight face on? It would never happen.
But where's this going to fit in my pouch?
It was like that day. It's like that video I got on TikTok, Joe, where I picked up Patrick's Knox, and I've got both the detectors, and I'm swinging them.
Yeah.
I love that video.
That was great.
Patrick was trying to be serious, recording, and he's like, we're not going to miss any signals. But then we both busted out laughing like during while we were shooting it. That was one of my most popular videos on TikTok. And so many comments on there going, it's nice to see like people having fun and joking around while they're meditating, like having fun.
Oh, we always have fun. Oh yeah. That's our. I love having fun. I'll be trying to. Joe constantly can't tell where I'm yelling to him from, and we're constantly just trying to find each other because I'll get messages from Joe like, "Where did you go?" And I'll be like, "Well, where are you at?" like, hold on, just let me call you. And it'd be like, you shout out, yell something. Like, I don't know where you are.
I'm deaf in my right ear.
Yeah.
100% deaf. And I have no lick of ability to know if I'm looking at the map on my phone or where I'm at.
I'll be 150. But Joe, and he'll just be doing circles the wrong way. And I'm like, Joe, come on, man, I'm over here. So now I just call him on the phone, and I'm like, Joe, turn to your left, keep going. Okay, stop, walk straight. I'll see you in a minute.
So Nancy's got a question. It says, if you could detect with anyone, who would you pick? Could be a historian, famous person, or anybody else. Well, Patrick, you actually have detected with somebody pretty special, I believe, right?
Oh, yeah, I got to dig with the Aqua Chigger but before, so Thanksgiving 2019, before I bought my first official detector, I had, of course, it's a funny story, so it's not a long story, but it's a little short story. But so about 4 years ago, I started growing my own garden in the front yard, and I was looking for ways of keeping the weeds down. And believe it or not, Aqua Chigger has like one video on his whole series of videos about how to keep weeds down in the garden by putting wet newspaper on the ground. And so after I watched that video, I subscribed to him. And well, every day I'd go on the phone to watch more farming videos, and there'd be a video of his metal detecting. So I started watching videos, and 4 years later, I commented on a video where I lived and said, I had seen him digging with people and, going to dig, with people he would call like his new friends. And I'm like, they must just be messaging him and saying, hey, I've got a property, come dig. And he did. He came. He let me use I think I was using an Ace. I want to say Ace 300, maybe a Ace 400 or something like that. And he was using the AT Max, of course. And had to trying to show me up, But it was a great time. We dug for, I want to say, like 8 hours. All we came up with was bullets and stuff like that. But he came up with a the mouthpiece off a canteen, so a canteen spout. And then but the greatest part was for me, and it's not even in the video. His video is like 30 minutes of us digging, which took all day. But afterwards, he put all his stuff back in the truck, and we grabbed the gold panning stuff, and we went down to the creek, and we were down there until dark, and we were walking back with cell phone flashlights.
Cool.
Yeah, that was a lot of fun. We talked a lot. He told me a lot about how he, does his YouTube channel, and never turn. He told me, if someone ever tries to sponsor you or get you to like review a product, he was like, do it, take it, do it, and he was telling me all about how, just things like that and little tips, I guess. But yeah, it was a lot of fun.
What about you,
Joe? Like I told you earlier, I'd love to dig with King P from Diggers. When he started following me on TikTok, I was fangirling.
Actually,
yeah, I remember you called me.
Yeah, those guys don't know KG's on TikTok also.
Yeah, Joe. The day KG started following Joe, he called me and he's like, "Dude, you're not gonna believe who just followed me on TikTok." And I'm like, "Oh," and he's like, "That's awesome, though. That's really cool." Because he's like, "Oh man, you're digging some good stuff."
He commented on one of my videos, so I replied, and he came back and I asked him. I was like, do you guys still do digging? And they still have new shows that they come out with, but it's just not on the TV. They've got like a different like link that you can go and watch videos, and they've actually got a lot of videos recently of them over in Europe digging.
Oh,
that's cool.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Sweet.
It's very cool.
What about you, Joe? Who would you like to dig with?
You. No.
Pressure.
You clowns, man. That'll be a fun day. So.
Oh yeah,
most definitely.
Yeah, well, like Joe said, he's working on a spot, and I've always got a couple spots I'm trying to work on. I've got a friend of the family who their family owns 900 acres down near Appomattox in Virginia, and they tell me all the time that hey, I just got to talk to my sister and get the okay for you. So I'm just fingers crossed one day. So this property is specifically, he has shown me pictures, which is what got my heart racing. Is about 14 years ago they were disking one of the fields and some bones came up. And they figured out after the college and some other things came out, and I guess the medical examiner too, to make sure they weren't recent. But they realized it was like 5 or 6 different North Carolina soldiers by the buttons that were with them. So
wow.
That's so of course they've all been moved and taken to out of the farm, and they've searched around for more things, but they said no one ever has detected it still. So who knows? I'm sure that's I'm sure people have trespassed, but There's something.
Absolutely. All right, guys. It's 9:10. Anybody out there in chat land having more questions for these guys? If not, we're going to call it a night. Oh, look, you got it. Joe and Patrick, great guests. This has been a great stream. Thanks, Brooklyn.
Thank you, guys.
Yes. Thank you.
We appreciate
It's
you.
our first.
Come on, Joe.
What about this guy who actually stuck it out with everybody else blowing me off? I was going to cancel it, and Nancy's like, don't cancel it. I'm like, oh, God. I got to do this by myself. And you know what? It was okay. You guys were great guests. You made it easy. I appreciate it.
Yeah, we really appreciate it.
Yeah, we do. We do. We had a good time.
I'm
If you guys out there in chat land haven't subscribed to these guys, please do.
Yeah,
I'm about to go detect in the yard in the dark. That's how amped I am.
Try to make them grow and become part of our great family here.
Yeah, we appreciate it.
Yeah, Joe, my TikTok is DA.
She's got it already. She's already posted the
What's
link
up there?
100 times, man, in his channel, so you're good. Nancy's got you covered.
Oh, sweet.
Sweet.
I just see your
And I'm the only one that's called the shank is intact anywhere. I checked before I created everything. So
Yeah, she's posting them again, so you guys are good.
love my buttons. Cool, man.
All right, everybody, we're going to call it a night. Thanks for coming. You guys, thanks for showing up. Hang out for a bit. Don't sign off yet, okay?
Okay, cool.
Good night, everybody.
Thank
Thank
you,
you.
guys.
Good night.